Hi everyone. So welcome to this session on 30 days to IPMAT Indore. Before we move into and before I give you how you should plan your next 30 days and when should you write the same IPMAT Indore and other exams and everything, let quickly go through the paper pattern and the cutoff and few important points to remember for the preparation. So if you look at 2024 and 25 pattern and if you look at the cutoff, so short answer had 24 cutoff, 24 marks. MCQ from 35 it went down to 28, and if we look at verbal ability, it was more or less same 113 and 112 marks. But if you look at the good attempt, so good attempt again for short answer will be 8 plus, for MCQ will be 13, 15 plus, and for VA would be 38 plus. These are the good attempt in IPMAT Indore examination, and this has been the trend over last 3 years. So more or less this should remain the same unless IPMAT Indore wants to make paper very difficult or very easy. If the trend remains the same, this is what how your attempt should look like. This exam will test your stamina, speed, and accuracy because there is sectional time limit. You need to focus on speed in attempting good amount of questions for the quantitative MCQ section especially. Accuracy will matter a lot in verbal ability because 45 questions student generally attempt 38 30 odd question, so accuracy will matter there. And stamina because obviously after solving two heavy quant section you are moving on to verbal ability, that will test your stamina in the end. VA is a game changer because out of 45 questions, if you are able to score 115, 120 odd marks, your overall score will drastically increase. Now, we have seen a lot of good students who score 220, 230 plus. They generally end up scoring, 140 and 150 mark in verbal ability. This is the general trend. And if you are good at VA, that will definitely boost your overall score. Target score should be 220 plus. If you add the cutoff on the first slide, you will see that the cutoff will always revolve around 170 to 180 odd marks. Okay, but that is not enough because if you delve into the calculation, like how does the composite score work, it works on 65% weightage is given to the ATS score and 35% weightage is given to the personal interview. Now, ATS is nothing but as the aptitude test score, which depend upon the mark that you score in the IPMAT Indore examination. Now, I'll just give you a quick revision about how ATS is calculated. So, if you score just exact as the cutoff mark, then your ATS out of 65 will be 0. Which means if you score very high overall marks with a good sectional balance, then your ATS score will be very high and that will have an edge in the final admission. Your good attempt in short answer, as we saw, verbal short answer QA section should be 8 plus, MCQ should be 15 plus, and verbal ability should be 40 plus to have that 220 marks ka barrier. I mean, to cross that 220 to 30 marks ka barrier. Adjust to the level of difficulty of the actual paper and don't panic in the actual test. Now, this happened 2 years back when short answer section came out to be very difficult. The cutoff was only 12 mark. A lot of students started panicking because they were not able to get a good amount of questions to attempt in the exam. Okay, and because of which they made errors, they panicked in the QA, MCQ, and verbal ability section. And when the result was out, they realized they were able to clear the short answer section, but they were not able to clear either of the MCQ or the verbal ability because they panicked after the first section. Okay, so you need to take the paper to its merit. That is very, very crucial, very, very important. Make sure that in next 30 days you write least 12 odd exam, close to around what 2-3 exams, roughly around 3 exams per week kind of thing if you are focusing on IPMAT Indore. So from today till 4th of May, roughly around 30-31 days that we have. Every alternate days will give you 15 marks, every third day will give you 10 marks, so that's for around 2 to 3 marks per week. Probably will have around 12 odd marks. Most importantly, do the analysis. That's why I've highlighted it. If you are only writing the mock and not analyzing it, then it's I would say it's a crime according to me. Okay, you may not want to agree completely with me, but then that's how it is that if you don't analyze it, you don't know where you are going wrong, and if you don't know where you are going wrong, then in that case you will not be able to improve your score in the next attempt and the cycle continues. You write 10 mocks, you write 8 mocks, absolutely fine. You write 2, 3 lesser mocks, but make sure that you analyze every mock and try to understand where you are going wrong and ensure that you don't make the same mistake again in the next mock. And do repeat the same process. Write mock, analyze, and overcome your mistake. So if you look at the QA section, we have been discussing that this many a time, that if you want to simply clear the cutoff, the arithmetic topic, numbers, linear quadratic, and data interpretation, logical reasoning section will be fairly enough to clear the sectional cutoff in short answer and MCQ section. 7 questions in MCQ and around 6 questions in short answer you will definitely find from this topic. So you need to ensure that this you are thorough with these topics. It will help you to clear the cutoff. Now, to boost your overall score, you need to solve at least uh, around 30 to 40% questions from this topic. Okay, so that your overall, we were talking about 220, 230 plus. If you just clear the cutoff, you will be 170, 180, right? So if you want to reach 220, 230, then in that case, you'll have to solve questions from this topic, which is coordinate geometry, trigonometry, matrices and determinants, sequence and series, functions, inequality and graphs, modulus, logarithm, permutation, combination, probability, and binomial theorem. So these are the topics which helps to boost the overall score, and one should not ask, sir, which topic should I leave and which topic I should focus more on. Every topic that I have listed here are important. See, you don't know that a function question can be very easy as compared to probably a time equidistant question. That could be possible. We have seen that logarithm question at time, modulus questions at times are very easy, can be done in a minute's time. Okay, so you need to, as I said earlier, you need to attempt paper 2 it merit. You should not be leaving any topic untouched. You should be knowing at least the basics of it, and the questions which are there in the concept book, you should be able to solve the class exercise level question. If the similar question appear in the exam, you should be able to do it. We have seen minima, maxima of modulus, we have seen logarithm using trigonometry, everything is covered in class exercise. So if you solve such question in exam, your morale will be boosted. You will be confident, you will feel confident that you are able to solve question from this topic, right? So these topics cannot be left as option. Moving to verbal ability, no brainer. Verbal ability, as I said, you need to attempt everything, almost 38, 40 out of 50, 45 questions, which means you are attempting almost everything. Though there are negative marking, but so you will not attempt only those questions which you are not sure of. Otherwise, even if there's a confusion between two options, most of the students they go and attempt it. Phrasal verb, idioms, vocabulary, and para jumbles are the game changer. Because see, grammar and paragraph completion and reading comprehension, these are the topics which most of the students will be able to attempt with 85-90% accuracy. Phrasal verb, idioms, if you know the meaning, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Vocabulary, you know the meaning, you know. You don't know, you don't know. Right? These are two topics that you need to keep on constantly revising. Vocabulary, idioms, phrasal verb, you need keep to revising it. And para jumble is something that you need to keep on practicing on a regular time to time basis, because options are not given. IPMAT Indore is the only exam which does not give you option for paragraph jumble. So you need to develop that habit, that art of solving paragraph jumble without the option, because there is negative marking here. You cannot avoid, you cannot tend to go wrong in paragraph jumble, because again, otherwise you will attract that -1. Now moving to 30-day strategy plan. So this is a consolidated strategy plan that I had given last year, and it has helped many students with this plan. You can obviously tweak the plan as per your need, as per your strength and weaknesses, but I would say that more or less mota mota, this would work for most of you. So Monday you will do trigonometry and coordinate geometry. You will do 4 reading comprehension. Sequence and series you will take on Tuesday. Wednesday and on Tuesday you will write same IPMAT Indore. Wednesday you will do functions and inequality, 10 paragraph jumble and 10 para completion questions. Then you will do permutation, combination, probability and binomial theorem on Thursday, and then you will do again 4 reading comprehension. See, there are 12 questions of there are 3 passages that they test you, okay, and you need to practice reading comprehension constantly. Friday, you will touch base upon numbers that covers HCF, LCM, divisibility, cyclicity, remainders, and Then Saturday, you will do logarithm, modulus, matrices, and you will do 30 grammar questions. So you will do variety of grammar questions. Then Sunday, you will touch base upon arithmetic. So I've given only one day on arithmetic. Why? Because for Rohtak and SCT, I have said that you will be doing arithmetic almost every day for 30 minutes. Now, this Sunday arithmetic, you will do with IPMAT Indore level, which are difficult level questions in our courseware. So, just touch base upon arithmetic difficult question on Sunday to Sunday. The easier question, the easy to moderate level question, 30 minutes you are every day you are doing arithmetic for Rohtak, JIPMAT, NPAT and SET, correct? So, that's why arithmetic I have given only time for Sunday. You will be writing the same IPMAT Indore probably on Tuesday and Friday. If you want to write it 3 same IPMAT Indore, then probably you can say it is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So as I said, you can tweak as per your need, as per your preparation and as per your strength and weaknesses. But if you do, the preparation, the way we have shown it to you, step by step, following this schedule for next 30 days, I am sure you will be able to crack IPMAT Indore. Do 20 new vocabulary and 10 phrasal verb every day. So 20, I'm saying new vocabulary. Already once, when you know few words, that is not considered or counted here. So you are doing 60 new vocabularies in 30 days and 30 new phrasal verbs. Sorry, 300 phrasal verbs. 600 vocabulary and 300 phrasal verb in next 1 month. I think that will also help you to solve few questions where, probably if you don't know the meaning of a phrasal verb. Very important, attend the masterclass session of IPMAT Indore, because that is curated based on our last 2 years experience of how IPMAT Indore has been curated and tested in the actual exam, and ensure that you are part of club 150 of IMS, because a lot of students who are part of a club 150, they generally end up getting IPM Indore. If not Indore, then Rohtak is almost a sure shot convert for most of the students, right? So try to push yourself to be a part of IMS Club 150 batch. Now, how to break your mocks? So week 1, you will write 2 mocks, analyze it, identify your strength and weaknesses after every mock. Week 2, you write again 2 mock, analyze, and by week 2, like you have 3 weeks to go to, you have 2 more weeks to go after this. So now you should have finalized a strategy that how you are going to attempt, how ABC, what are A type question or a B type question or a C type question for you. Whether you will start with reading comprehension first or you will do grammar, vocabulary and the easier question first. How will be your strategy, you should have finalized by week 2. Week 3, again you will write 2 mocks, analyze it, focus on boosting overall score, try to from 190 200, try to reach 210 25 210 to 15, but at the end of week 3 and week 4 you will write alternate days mocks, so writing 11 mocks and focusing on boosting the overall score, reaching that 220 230 marks barrier, crossing that barrier. So that is what this is how you should plan your mock attempt. The most important thing, analyze. I have written till 3 weeks. First 3 weeks you are analyzing. Fourth week, since you have analyzed 6 mocks, more or less your strategy is finalized. I'm hoping that you will not make a lot of mistakes. Some human error is fine. That you cannot avoid those human error. But otherwise, first 3 week analysis is the key. So this is how you should plan your mocks in the next 30 days. So that's it from my end, and thank you. All the best for the IPMAT Indore preparation. Hope all of you come out with flying colors and get into IIM Indore. Bye bye, everyone. I'll come out soon with some other session on 30 days for the some other exams. Bye bye.